The novel The Red House Mystery by A. Milne. To John Winne Milne, my dear father, like all really nice people, you have a weakness for detective stories and feel that there are not enough of them. Uh, so after all that you have done for me, the least that I can do for you is to write you one. Here it is with more gratitude and affection that I can well put down here. AAM Table of Contents. Introduction. Number 1. Miss Stevens is frightened. Number 2. Mr. Glintham gets out at the wrong station. Number 3. Two men and a body. Number 4. The brother from Australia. Number 5. Mr. Glintham chooses a new profession. Number 6. Outside or inside. Number 7. Portrait of gentleman. Number 8. Do you follow me, Watson? Number 9. Possibilities of a croquet set. Number 10. Mr. Gullingham talks nonsense. Number 11. The Reverend the, the Reverend the Odor Usher. Number 12. A shadow on the wall. Number 13. The open window. Number 16. Mr. Beverly qualifies for the stage. Number 15. Miss Norbury confides in dear Mr. Gillingham. Number 16. Getting ready for the night. Number 17. Mr. Beverly takes the water. Number 18. Gas work. Number 19. The inquest. Number 20. Mr. Beverly is tactful. Number 21. Kelly's apology. Number 22. Mr. Beverly moves on. Chapter 1. Miss Stevens is frightened. In the drowsy heat of summer afternoon, the red house was taking in its siesta. There was a lazy murmur of bees in the flower borders, a gentle cooing of pigeons in the tops of the elms. From the distance lawns came the whir of mounting a machine, that most restful of all country sounds, making easy the sweeter in that it is taken while others are working. It was the hour when even those whose business it is to attend to the wants of others have a moment or two for themselves. In the housekeeper's room, Andrew Stevens, the pretty parlor maid, retrimmed her best hat and talked idly to her aunt. The cook housekeeper of Mr. Mark Ablett's bachelor home. For Joey, said Mr. Stevens placidly, her eyes on the hat. Henry nodded. She took a pin from her mouth, found a place in the hat for it, and said, he likes a bit of pink. I don't say I mind a bit of pink myself, said her aunt. Joey Turner isn't the only one. It isn't everybody's color, said said Audrey, holding the hat out at arm's length and regarding it thoroughly stylish, isn't it? Oh, I will suit you all right, and it would have suited me at your age. A bit too dressy for me now, though wearing better than some other people. I dress I was never the one to pretend to be what I wasn't. If I am 55, I am 55. That's what I say. 58, isn't it, Auntie? I was just giving that an example, said Miss Stevens with great dignity. Audrey threaded a needle, held her hand out, and looked at her nails critically for a moment, and then began to sew. Funny thing that about Mr. Mark's brother. Fancy not seeing your brother for 15 years. She gave a self conscious laugh and went on. Wonder what I should do if I don't see Joey for 15 years. As I told you all this morning, said her aunt, I have been here 5 years and never heard of a brother. I could say that before everybody if I was going to die tomorrow. There has been no brother here while I have been here. You could have knocked me down and a feather when he spoke about him at breakfast this morning. I didn't hear what went before, naturally, but they was all talking about the brother when I went in. Now, what was it? I went in for hot milk. Was it a toast? Well, they was all talking, and Mr. Mark turns to me and says, you know his way, Stevens. He says, my brother is coming to see me this afternoon. I am expecting him about 3. He says, show him into the office. He says just like that, yes sir. I say quite quietly, but I was never so surprised in my life, not knowing he had a brother, my brother from Australia. He says there I would forgotten that from Australia. Well, he may have been in Australia, said Miss Stevens judicially. I can't say for that, not knowing the country. But what I do say is he's never been here. Not while I have been here, and that's 5 years. Well, but Auntie, he hasn't been here for 15 years. I heard Mr. Mark telling Mr. Kelly, 15 years. He says Mr. Kelly, having asked him when his brother was held in England. Mr. Kelly knew of him. I heard him telling Mr. Beverly, but didn't know when he was lost in England. See, so that's why he owes Mr. Moore. I'm not saying anything about 15 years. Orderly, I can only speak for what I know, and that's 5 years Whitsuntide. I can take my oath. He is not set foot in the house since 5 years. Whitsuntide, and if he has been in Australia, as you say, well, I dare say he's had his reasons. What reasons? Said Andre lightly. Never mind what reasons, being in the place of a mother to you since your poor mother died. I say this, Audrey, when a gentleman goes to Australia, he has his reasons, and when he stays in Australia 15 years, as Mr. Mark says, and as I know for myself, for 5 years, he has his reasons, and a respectably brought up girl doesn't ask what reasons. Got into trouble, I suppose, said Andre carelessly. They were saying at breakfast he had been a wild one. Debs, I'm glad Joey isn't like that. He has good 15 pounds in the post office saving bank.